Mike bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Probably not. Alrighty, guys. Hi, and welcome back to Beyond the Ranch. My name is Mike.
I'm Erin.
And this is the only show on the internet that's guaranteed to sweep you off sweep your eyes and your ears off your feet. Thanks for joining us once again tonight. We got some new people here with us. Richard E., Mark Marked, Carol Baylor, Barbara Culbertson. I think I saw she actually ordered some beef jerky not too long, and Theodore Parkin, new folks here with us. Sorry about that, guys. We were messing around with the white balance about 2 seconds before showtime, and it crashed the program, so we had to restart. And you know, just one of those things that one of those multitude of things. It has been a train wreck of a weekend, honestly. Yeah. I mean, we started the daily vlog again this week, and that went relatively well. Friday, everything worked good. Mm-hmm. But Friday and through today has been a windy disaster. It has been crazy. You haven't been able to get anything done, basically.
Anything done. Yeah, it's your hat. Your hat's throwing off the white balance.
I know it is, but we didn't get a chance to do it ahead of time. A little busy.
Yeah, it's been frustrating. What was looking like a good season a few weeks ago, I think has drastically turned upon us.
Yeah.
And, hayfields look bad. Gardens not planted.
Yeah.
People that have gardens planted are replanting.
Ooh, that didn't help.
Yeah, I mean, I basically had 4 days where I've gotten nothing done that I wanted to get done because the wind's blowing 30 to 40 miles an hour and you can't plant.
Yeah, it's been mildly ridiculous, and I think that we are going to end up kind of. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with hay yet, but it's going to be.
I think I know what's going to happen.
You think you know what's going to happen with hay?
I think we're going to not be cutting a single hayfield.
Yeah, it might be one of those. And how that affects the ranch somewhere down the line is going to be a huge decision. But
I mean, we've had record high temperatures and wind that will not stop, and no significant rain in the last 10 days. Don't you think? 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've had nothing for quite a while. I'm still screwing around with this.
Quit messing with it. You're on the air, so do this.
Hey, I don't have a producer in the background going, hey, whoa. That wasn't supposed to happen that way.
Put it on normal and leave it alone.
Okay, fine. So yeah, we don't. It's going to be if we don't get hay this year. Obviously, we're still in a drought. If we don't cut hay this year, we have nothing to feed the cows all winter long.
Yeah.
And it may. Oh my gosh, I poured a hell of a drink there. I wasn't paying attention to that either. It may be. It could be detrimental. Actually, at this point, especially, and it's a bad year for it too, with all this COVID crap going on, and nobody knows where your meat's going to come this fall, and then we've got, of course, drought up here. It's looking dry in a lot of places.
Yeah, and it turned on us really quickly. Like last week, it was like, oh, we could use some rain, and then just the wind blowing and it being hot. Every day you can just like literally watch the grass turn browner every day.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll let you guys know. We're still going to do our traditional State of the Hay address, which happens this month.
And yeah, I mean, William, things are going to cool down, but we don't have in our 14-day forecast. There is not 1 day with rain.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always nice to see.
It's been this weekend's been frustrating.
It has been. It's and especially like we have with doing the daily vlogs, you don't really get that day off. I mean, you do, but you don't. So you have to take advantage of nice weather when you can in order to film. And honestly, like this weekend, I'm horrible. I'm a big wind baby anyway. Like if the wind is blowing, it just puts me in the foul mood. And I just can't. There's really no way to go out and film a vlog when the wind is blowing 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, and even this morning it was supposed to be, we've just been checking the forecast over and over and again so we can try and figure out, when we can go outside and work. And, this morning, wind was supposed to be blowing 18, 19 miles an hour, high teens.
Yeah.
And we're it's not great. It's annoying to be outside even with that much wind. It's pretty typical Wyoming. We have way less wind in the summer, though. This is not, even that is not typical summertime wind for us. And it was blowing 40 miles an hour this morning.
Yeah, and my plan was to go out and actually film for tomorrow's vlog today, and it just didn't happen. I just could not.
Can't do anything.
You can't even really talk and be able to hear anything. So we have a new plan for tomorrow's video, which we'll share with you coming up. Also, we have an installment from the Armchair Rancher on the way, so stay tuned for that. We are going to check in with Erin and see what's going on at the gardens, though. You did get into the garden a little bit today.
I cleaned up some weeds.
Oh, that's all you did? I thought you were going to plant something. What'd you do in the grow room?
Well, I planted microgreens and lettuce and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm confined to the grow room.
Yeah, where you're not going to blow away. We have had, if you're familiar with Harvest Hosts or Boondockers Welcome or anything like that, we've actually been inviting RVers to come and stay on the ranch for about the past month. We've been trying this out, and every day we have 3 or 4, at least one RVer on the ranch all the time, and. Last night was a little spooky because we were we were under a tornado warning. We didn't have a tornado watch.
No, we didn't have. There was a slight chance of tornadoes.
Oh, okay. I thought we were under a warning.
There was a severe thunderstorm.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
But not a tornado.
So either way, I had to go around to all the RVers, and I was like, "Hey, if we do, if there's a tornado watch, so it goes warning, watch, right?
No, watch
warning. I'm gonna die in a fiery disaster someday."
It's a good thing I checked them.
But anyway, we went around, talked to the RVers. We said, hey, if something does happen, we'll bring you into the house. We'll put you guys in the basement or whatever we have to do. But we did have a guy here in an RV, Bob and Karen, who had a 40-foot some long, huge. It was a huge fifth wheel. And I had them parked broadside to the wind like an idiot.
Yeah, you were dumb.
And they were scared to death. I mean, they were from New Jersey too.
We had 73-mile-an-hour winds
yeah.
yesterday.
It was, but yeah. I mean, I actually jumped in our RV to put in the slide.
Yeah, so the slide didn't get taken off.
So the slide didn't get taken off, and inside that RV was just like shake, rattle, and roll.
Yeah, you could barely open the door.
Yeah.
People lost.
I thought it might be
roofs.
stuck in there. I was like, I'm gonna be stuck in there.
Yeah. We had neighbors that lost their roof. Somebody just on the county road down said, if you find my roof in your pasture, let us know. There was one over behind my mom's that lost a roof. Trees were down. We did pretty well. We had a 5-gallon bucket that's in Canada.
That 5-gallon bucket. I wish I would have been. I actually did take some video, but I wasn't filming at the time, and I looked out the window, and there was a 5-gallon bucket that was full of. It was actually full of staples, horribly enough.
What was that? What was in it?
Yeah, and we were. Keith and I. They're everywhere. Keith and I've been out picking up staples half the day. Keith and I were throwing staples into that when we were doing the fencing and stuff. And that bucket, which was bright red.
That's an orange Home Depot.
Yeah, went scooting across at about 60, 70 mile an hour. Went flying across the yard. It was like,
Bye,
moving.
bucket.
It was just on the way. So
it was windy. Yeah, and we got a little tiny bit of rain, but not much.
Yeah.
We've been fortunate that we haven't had any hail, whereas town has had hail. South Dakota has had some big hail. But we can't seem to get the rain that we need. It goes around us a lot. It splits and goes around us.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating. It's frustrating to watch the radar and get nothing.
Yeah. So we are planning on having the State of the Hay address will be. When do I usually do that? Middle of June? The end of June?
It's almost haying time.
So we're coming up on haying time, and we'll be out measuring hay over the next few weeks. We're also going to continue.
You just need a ruler. You don't even need a yardstick.
Need that. I'll do the Keith measurement where you just stick your foot in something. We'll also be continuing on with the vlog, which will happen daily, Monday through Friday here on the channel. And so it's going to be an interesting couple months coming up here. And obviously, like, it is what it is. I mean, we can't change the weather. That's the one thing that you know, whether it's wind, rain, snow, we can't change what's coming. We buck up and we deal with it the best that we can. But it does change how you do business.
It's incredibly frustrating.
Right.
But yeah, there's obviously nothing we can't make it rain.
Well, you could, but you'd have to go to Rosette with dollar bills. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting couple months here on the ranch, and kind of seeing how things play out and how you know, how it affects the ranch in the long run. We are, you know, trying to do different things as well. You know, obviously we have the Airbnb up and running, which will be, actually we have a subscriber that reserved it for one night coming up. And they're going to come over there in Rapid City. They're going to come over and stay for the night in the Airbnb. I found that out today. I was reading the message, who it was from. So, yeah, we're doing everything that we can to ensure the survival of the ranch, and that's kind of the whole point at this time. So, with that in mind, and a big fat bummer.
I mean, well, yeah, I looked at the hayfield today, and I was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless we get some rain in the next, like, 24 to 48 hours, I think.
Is that what you think?
24
to 48 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. So because of the wind and keeping with the wind motif, we thought we'd just kind of shoot the breeze tonight, have a chance to just kind of sit down with you guys, talk about what's going on in your life, talk about what's going on in our life. You guys feel free to chat amongst yourself. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them, and we'll be sure to answer them. Did the nurse get a house? She did. They actually moved out today.
Did they finish?
I don't think they finished, but today was technically the last day. And I did say, if you need a couple extra days, you know, it's fine. But they got all their U-Haul stuff unloaded at their new house, and I think they actually brought a stock trailer back that they moved with as well, and they're going to store that here. I don't know if I told you that yet, but yeah, they're going to store it over here for a little bit. So, so that should be fun. So it opens up the Airbnb again for visits for a little while until our friend Matt comes and visits for haying, which we probably won't. We'll be doing something, but we'll be figuring that out. So that's our plan there. I did see another question that I missed. About the corrals. Corrals are coming along. We're trying to keep them from blowing away. We don't have any panels up yet. That was kind of my plan for today, but I realized with the wind blowing sideways, I couldn't get a panel up. Yeah, the front end of the thing, if you follow us on Facebook, there's a small sorting alley that sits at the front of the squeeze chute. That has been the thing that wants to fly away every single day. Every single time I walk out, it's blowing over sideways. So we're trying to keep the whole thing together through these storms, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll be moving and getting some panels up.
Yeah, and like everything's fine on the AirEquip. Like if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you saw some of the wind damage that we did have yesterday, and like it's fine. The AirEquip is.
Yeah, I tried to fix that fence. That didn't work today, so I sent the armchair rancher after it, and he couldn't do it either. So it's.
But nothing was like permanently damaged. Nothing that can't be fixed.
No, we didn't lose any roof off of anything. We had everything went pretty well. JB Weld there, $50 super chat. Roses are red. My boss is a pain. Here's some hay money. Now pray for the rain. Yeah, no kidding. If you're traveling through this area, just lasso that cloud and just bring it this way with you too, because that would definitely help. Trinity is here with us, and Trinity won my hat. And I'm going to be getting that cleaned up and sent off to her. Yeah, I need to do that still, but it will be on the way. Get a hold of Matt. Give him your address so we can make sure we get it to you. High tunnels are.
We already did all that.
We may have. I just need to get with the program. High tunnels are doing okay.
Yeah, I mean I don't have tomatoes planted.
How far behind you are? How far behind are you?
Like a month.
You're a month behind.
I'm a month behind. Yeah.
So how does that affect at the end of the season?
Well, yeah,
do we have a month for you to be behind? So are we going to have tomatoes this year?
I don't know.
Or why bother?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's just frustrating.
It is. It's a frustrating year.
Yeah.
Erin's on top of things.
I'm not. How long before runt becomes bacon? April. Can't get anything into the processor till April.
Yeah, that's another mess.
Can't get cows in until May.
Yeah.
Can't get anything in until April and May.
Well, we have 3 cows that are going in
August.
In August, And then we have to wait until
Well, one
May.
of them's mom's, so we have 2 going in August.
Oh, okay.
And then we don't have any more animals being processed until April.
This whole world is just a mess right now. What the hell
From
happened?
Friday till today has just been extremely frustrating.
Yeah.
So.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Somebody returned the idol to the thing or whatever happened here. Something bad happened. Somebody stepped on somebody's grave or something happened.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, everybody's dealing with their own struggles in the world today. These are just ours. We don't mean to complain.
No, not at all. No.
It's just been, just one thing after another. And I knew processing was going to be difficult. Like, we knew this was coming. Last time we talked to Roger, he was booking into like December. I should have called, but I was trying to figure out kind of like what we were doing, how many animals we were going to keep, that kind of thing. And then I talked to somebody last week, and they said they called to book, and it was into March. And then I called Roger, and he's like, "Oh, you heard wrong." And I was like, "Oh, good, it's better." He's like, "Nope, I can't get you until May."
Oh my gosh.
So we have a few animals kind of tentatively on the books for like earlier, but like he's like, "I'm just gonna have to squeeze you in at some point. Just keep me updated." But then I do have stuff scheduled for April and May. But like our pigs typically would have all gone at one time. We have to split that. It's just.
Yeah, Matt, I didn't forward that Facebook message to 10 people. That's exactly what you did. You brought bad luck upon all of us.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's a mess. It's but the thing is that obviously, just like everything else, we power through it, and we'll be happy to bring you guys along as we do that. I hope. Yeah. But if we have to start selling off parts of the ranch, which part of the ranch would you like to see go?
I don't know.
Is there any, we'd be like, let's get rid of that place.
I don't know. That's a problem for another day.
Yeah, no doubt. No problem. Mother Nature is bipolar. There's some issues there. All right, so we're gonna talk a little bit about what Erin did last week. We did take a week off from the live stream, and there was double reason behind that. We wanted to get ready for the relaunch of the vlog, which I kind of wanted to get a bunch of stuff in order before I did that. I did not. I got some of it done, but I didn't get all of it done. And the other reason was because Erin had a very special event that we took care of last week, which we had never done before, and we wanted to do it. We'd kind of done a live stream where you cooked, but it was a little bit different. This time we did a full-fledged production for folks. I mean, it was crazy. It's had 72 views. Actually, I don't know how many views it's had, but I know it has 72 thumbs up. I do know that.
Oh.
And it had 1 thumbs down, by the way, which was weird because people paid to watch it. So.
Yeah, Megan complained about that. She's like, somebody thumbs down it. I was like, somebody always thumbs down everything.
Yeah, exactly. That one guy. So Erin did a live cooking class on YouTube. It was an unlisted thing, so people actually bought tickets for it, came and hung out, and it was about an hour and a half long.
Yeah, a little hour and 20 minutes.
And it was very informal. We were all laid back. Everybody was chatting. It was actually a lot of fun. It reminded me of the very first live streams that we ever did, where like 8 people showed up.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like we just sat back and relaxed.
Like,
and I know there was people out there that were lurking that weren't saying anything or just watching.
Well, there were some people cooking.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of people not cooking along with us.
There was people there. We got an email afterwards. Somebody said, "I really wanted to talk, but I was cooking."
Yeah.
You guys were yapping the whole time. It was a lot of fun. Erin and I got to banter back and forth, and I got to sit behind the whole thing and kind of change cameras. We had 4 different cameras going, and it was a lot of fun to do. Is it something you would like to do again?
Yeah, it was fun. I did set off the smoke detector. That was
fun. I was like, dinner's done, smoke detector's going off.
I
think that should be a thing, though. We should leave that turned on. Turn on more of them.
No, I think it was a great event. All the money, it was an Edible Prairie Project event. It just happened to be live stream on Beyond the Ranch as an unlisted event because EPP doesn't have their own YouTube channel because we'll never post content. And
everybody should have their own YouTube channel. I'm learning that from RVers too, by the way. Every RVer that comes here has a YouTube channel.
Has an RV channel. But yeah, it was really fun. We made a stir fry with steak and bok choy and radishes from the gardens, and it went well. So thank you everyone who bought tickets, who participated, who came and watched. I hope you did make the dish eventually, even if you didn't cook with us.
And there was an alcoholic drink involved.
Yes, yeah, we made an Asian pear Moscow mule.
Asian pear? It was Asian pear?
Yeah.
I thought it was just regular pear.
Well, pear infused.
Okay. Is there a difference? Do you have to drink it with chopsticks? Like, what's the difference? Because I can't really work chopsticks to start with, and if you ask me to start drinking with chopsticks, we're in trouble. Unless you drill a hole through them. Oh, new chopstick idea.
A straw?
No. Well, yeah, you'd have chopsticks, but you drill a hole through the
That's a
chopstick.
straw.
So then you turn that one chopstick into a straw.
That's not new. That's a straw.
I just invented the straw. I'm having ideas here.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, Miriam, for the $20 super chat. What are the restrictions on when you can sell an animal if you have to wait? I guess I don't understand maybe what.
Well, the restrictions are you have to feed that animal, obviously. If you have to wait, so it's different with different animals. So like with chickens have a 2 to 4 day window when you have to butcher a chicken. I don't know why that is.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking. I learned this. I'm learning things. I'm educating myself. I
we don't
am
have
smart.
chickens processed.
No, I know, but I'm talking about like I learned this through this whole mess. Like you have like a 4-day window in which to butcher a chicken for some reason.
For commercial processing.
Right, like they get too fat or they start feeling bad about themselves or whatever it is. So if you don't butcher a chicken within that 3 to 4 day window, that chicken is gone. Like that's why they euthanized like 2 million chickens in Delaware last month. For us, it's not that bad, right? You can keep a cow later, but you can only really butcher a cow up to 31 months. After 31 months, it becomes a different deal.
So no, you can only there's a difference between a steer or a heifer and a cow.
Right.
And once you can butcher cows, but then there's different cuts of meat that you can't get. Like you can't get a T-bone on something that's over 30 months. You can get
31 months.
Yeah, so once it's 31 months, then so it could be 30 months and 29 days
it can be.
old.
They have to show their driver's license, which I think is really weird.
Yeah, so there's certain cuts of meat that you can't get. Like T-bones on an older cow you cannot get. I don't understand.
Oh, J.B. Weld said chickens can't walk after.
Yeah, they'll blow tendons and stuff. But you can grind a 14-year-old cow. You can make jerky out of a 14-year-old cow.
Yeah, you can make hamburger or whatever else you want to. But yeah, so long story. So yeah, basically, if you can't get that cow in to be slaughtered, you're just feeding the cow. Same thing with pigs. Smithfield had a lot of their stuff closed down, and there was a lot of people in South Dakota that were just giving away pigs. And we looked at some of them; they were 300-pound pigs, and we could keep them. And you called Roger and said, "Well, we can't get them until August."
Then you can't get them until August.
So we'd have to feed a 300-pound pig until August, which a 300-pound pig eats a lot of food.
We'll eat you out of house.
So yeah, it's not really economical at that point, and that's where a lot of farmers and ranchers are running into this problem, where you can't. Sorry, every once in a while I see a comment that just makes me laugh. J.P. Merrick said turkeys can't fly. But anyway, once you get, where the hell was I going with this? I just lost my train of thought.
There's an economic point of no return, right? Like
right, yeah, you're feeding them more than what it's worth.
And so steers, it's easier for us because we'll just keep them on grass. We'll keep them on pasture if we have
grass and if we have hay.
Because we grain our steers. We do feed grain 60 to 90 days before, so we can time that out. So they won't go on grain until we're 60 to 90 days out from processing. So like I know when that's happening for next year, so we will grain accordingly. Pigs are a little trickier.
Pigs gain weight no matter what you feed them.
Yeah, and so you don't want them to be hungry. Mm-hmm. So you have to feed them. And like Roger did squeeze me into April instead of May or June because I was like, Roger, if you don't get me in, you're going to have 400-pound hogs to process. And he doesn't want to do that. No. He doesn't want to fight with them. And so he kind of worked me in a little bit and stuff, and he's trying to take care of his customers the best he can in a real shitty situation.
By the way, if you happen to be a butcher, did you ever post that thing?
No, Sturgis Meats in Sturgis, South Dakota is looking for a butcher if you're interested.
Yes, competitive wages plus a value package type of thing. I don't know what I don't know who's after. I'm just going to say signing bonus and great insurance benefits if you happen to be a butcher. Yeah. So right now.
Yeah, so Zach, we're booked out. We're scheduled into April and May. Roger told me on Friday, he doesn't have a single month in 2021 that doesn't have somebody scheduled.
Yeah, and he only does, 20 animals a month?
No, he does 30 cows a month.
30 cows a month.
No, 30 cows a week.
Oh, really?
30 cows a
Holy
week
crap.
that are USDA, and then he does custom exempt on Saturdays, and he's adding a night shift that can do custom exempt.
God, I should see if he's hiring. I can learn how to do that. The commute would kill me.
I'm going to drive back and forth.
Start selling jars of Wyoming Wind. Guaranteed somebody will buy them. That's JB Weld. I'm going to tell you a quick story. Can I go off subject here?
Yeah.
When I worked for a radio station in Denver, I made a joke one time on the air about friends of mine back in Montana, or I can't remember what the whole joke was. Something about I took a jar and I filled it with exhaust fumes, and I was giving them away on air for an experience of the Denver air, like the mile high city, wonderful air that you could, and I was giving these away on air. Apparently, they didn't like that, and I got in trouble for that. But I thought it was funny. I did that, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we could do Wyoming Wind. That's actually a good idea. Here's what I want. If somebody's an engineer, I need a jar that has a fan at the bottom, battery pack. As soon as you open the jar, the fan kicks on and just blows air in your
Can we
face.
put some dirt in it so you get the real Wyoming
Some
experience?
sandblasting, because I've had that a lot happen over the last few days too. Yeah, a little dirt in there, a little dust. People open it, blows right in their face. That's like a $40 gag gift right there. We could sell that.
No.
Could save the ranch.
No.
Could buy hay.
No.
Could buy...
No, nothing gimmicky.
Dang it. I'm going to sell something gimmicky.
Lucky Charms does.
And Lucky Charms does that too, yeah. Yeah, Wyoming Wind sounds like a country song. Actually, it may be.
I'm sure it is.
It probably is. Somebody Google that. Perrier from Spaceballs. You don't know that reference at all, but no. That was canned air in Spaceballs, the movie. Oh. Yeah, Spaceballs, the air. They'd open it and they'd breathe in the nice air.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, what were we talking about before that? You were talking about getting your stuff into the butcher. So, and that's where like a lot of farmers and ranchers are running into a situation where we have the inventory, the middleman, or well, one of the middlemen, the feedlot, who's actually more on our end of the middleman, doesn't want the animals because they're not sure if they're going to be able to sell them to the processor, because the processor may not be able to process them. So it basically forms like a clog in the middle of the supply chain, where our prices go in the toilet and your guys' prices go through the roof, and you're paying $15 for a pound of hamburger. So, yeah. Susan, thank you for the $20 super chat. Food for the kids during summer EPP program. Yeah.
Yeah, Susan, I appreciate that, and we will forward that on. If you guys want to donate to EPP, though, I recommend going to EPP's website, edibleprairieproject.org. There is a donate button on the top that goes through PayPal that takes a much smaller percentage of the funds, because YouTube takes 30% of that donation.
They do, yes.
And I have to do some creative accounting with my accountant.
We basically have to take it and donate it to EPP, and then they
I'll do it, that's fine, but please, if you want to donate directly to EPP, that makes things just so much easier, and EPP actually gets to keep more of that money because PayPal's percentage, EPP is a nonprofit registered with PayPal and pays a much smaller percentage than 30%.
Yeah.
So, thank you though, Susan.
Thank you very much. Spaceballs. I want to watch Spaceballs now.
No. I mean, you can while you're editing or something.
I can't watch a movie while I'm editing. How would that work?
You watch TV all the time while you're rendering.
Yeah, while I'm rendering and stuff like that. Yeah, but I should actually do something while I'm rendering, but I don't.
You always say you're gonna pack orders.
I packed a bunch of orders this week for beef jerky.
I helped you.
I packed a bunch though too. There's a few orders over there too, so we're still waiting for them. Has the government helped you guys with anything that you do? Judy, actually, there is a program with COVID relief.
There's some COVID relief that we're waiting on, but no.
We don't really, as farmers and as ranchers, there really isn't any subsidies. When you think about the government teat or subsidies or whatever, I mean, those usually fall into like row crops, like you're looking at soybeans and corn and that kind of stuff. There isn't really anything for that. We do have a little bit of disaster relief, and when I say little bit, I mean a little bit, because we do get some drought relief.
That's an insurance policy, though. That's not a subsidy.
Right.
That's an insurance program.
And it doesn't pay for crap, because like I think we had a total drought year. I think we got like $1,400 or some stupid thing. It was some ridiculous
what they do
amount
is
of money.
they take the whole county and they average it. Well, Campbell County's huge, and so parts of the county can have normal hay production and other parts can have abnormal or lower hay production, but they take the average and they say, oh, your county was fine, so you're not in drought.
Yep.
And so,
yeah.
But it's not a subsidy. It's
So,
an insurance policy that you pay for.
But what they have worked out with COVID is that you get, Chancey Williams, of course, yeah, he sings Wyoming Wind, or Wyoming Wing. Wyoming, I'm not sure. Is that a typo or is that actually the song? I don't know. I haven't seen Chancey in years. Have you met Chancey?
No.
Did you meet him at the radio station?
No.
No? Oh.
No.
Met him a couple times. But anyway, man, I cannot keep. I think the wind is like suck the.
There's no subsidies.
No subsidies. Yes, no subsidies for ranching. But what there is for COVID is basically a COVID relief program, which I don't know where the hell all this money is coming from.
It's coming from the government.
But it's of course it's coming from the government. It's like fake money. But we get like so many dollars per cow or something like that.
Yeah, it's based upon inventory and your highest inventory, and there's some date ranges and stuff. We sold calves on January 10th though. If we wouldn't have sold till the next week, we would have been able to count those calves, cows, and then the new calves, because that's how the date range works.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So we missed the beginning date range by 5 days, so that sucks big time. Because we would have had last year's calves also. But
if you wouldn't have said that though, we could have just like been like.
They know when we sell. They can check when
know.
we sell. That's public record. So that's one thing you probably don't want to fudge. But yeah, so yes, there is some relief coming for animal inventory. Cows, bulls, steers, calves, yearlings, pigs. I had to tell how many pigs weigh over so many pounds.
Oh yeah. Peacocks?
No.
Chickens?
No chickens.
No chicken. So at least that helps a little bit. But
who knows how long. This is the other thing. This is funny. They are distributing 80% of the funds once it's approved. And then they'll distribute the other 20% if they have money left.
Well, that's nice.
So why not?
If they still have ink, keep on printing.
Why not just...
I don't know. I have a huge problem. I'm not a huge fan of subsidies, and I'm not a huge fan of any type of government program, because I kind of feel like, when I say government program, I'm not talking about like unemployment and stuff like that. I know that there's reasons for that. Farming subsidies kind of annoy me a little bit, because like we have the ability to make money other ways. Like, you can grow vegetables and sell vegetables. You can finish beef and sell beef. I mean, there are plenty.
No, not if you can't get in for processing.
Well, then they need. So there's the Prime Act, which they're working on too. The Prime Act will actually allow any processor. Apparently any processor. Some of them you may not.
No, it's not. It'll allow your state inspected meat plants to be able to sell across state lines, but I can't get into those either.
Okay, well then we need to get one so that my Uncle Earl can go and butcher a cow and put it in Ziploc bags and hand it off to people.
You don't want that.
You don't want that?
Thank you, Mark, for the super chat. Oil and filters are on me for the tractors.
Oh my God, yeah, that's awesome. That's like one filter, by the way. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid.
We are doing this COVID relief. We've applied.
Thanks, Mark.
Yes, thank you, Mark. My mom has applied. We are waiting to receive that funds. Obviously, we sold calves before COVID became an issue. We bred calves like normal bred cows. We will put the bulls out like normal. The big thing is, and probably why the biggest factor in deciding to take this is we don't know if we're going to be able to sell calves this year. In October through, we try and go till January again. We honestly don't know if we're going to be able to sell calves.
I don't know what the hell we're going to do with all these calves. And the bad part is, if we don't have hay this year, how do you feed these calves?
I don't know.
I actually saw, and this is really spooky, and this probably should have clued me in. I was looking at Craigslist for some reason, and actually I was shopping for a grapple bucket for the Bobcat, which I don't need, and Erin will yell at me in about 3 seconds. But see, told you, didn't even take 3 seconds. Took like a second and a half.
I want you to have a grapple bucket, but not on a year when we're facing.
I know. But so anyway, I was looking at Craigslist, and I did see somebody was selling their cow-calf pairs, which when you're selling pairs, there's a reason behind that. Nobody sells pairs unless they're getting out of the business. They can't afford to feed them. Yeah. Something's happening there. And this person was actually very. Zach saw an eye roll. He was actually very transparent about it. He said, I don't have, because of drought, I cannot feed these cows and these calves. Now he bred them, he calved them, but now
they're probably not bred yet.
I mean, he bred them before.
Yeah.
That's what happens before they have calves, and then they had their calves. Now he has to sell them as pairs.
Yeah.
That's spooky to me.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I should have kind of had a little bit. I want to show something here really quick because this is really cool. We have a storm.
It'll go around.
That'll go around us. I'm going to show you. Hopefully this works. Nope, didn't.
It's working.
Yeah, it did. Hold on. Let me go back. So see this storm here? This is a storm that's on the way from the south. And this storm will go around us. I guarantee it.
I'm going to check the radar.
Check the radar. That is a storm. And that's definitely a decent-sized storm that's moving this way. But for that storm to hit us, it needs to be over to the right. You can see our neighbor Butch's house that's right in front of one of our hay fields over there. If for a storm to hit us, it has to go directly over Butch's house. This storm will miss us. Yeah. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
and we'll keep an eye on it as we move through here. We got a little bit of
us.
time. We're going to keep an eye on that storm moving this way. Thank you, Mark, for the 49. There's 2 tractors. Awesome. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Randy Poe with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Randy. And
I did see some questions about why we would not be able to sell calves, and it goes back to the uncertainty with the processors and the backlog that has happened with the processors.
Feedlots aren't buying calves.
Yeah, so they're not buying anything because they've got excess inventory that they're trying to not have to euthanize. And so when processors can't take it because of COVID shutdowns, because people got sick, and then they don't buy from the feedlots, so the feedlots now have to make the hard choice of, do we keep feeding these animals? And we've missed the point of economic return, right? Because this is a science of how much food to put in an animal for optimal gain for the most amount of profit. Once that quits happening, then you're going to quit buying more inventory. Empty cows, yearling steers, all of that is worth literally nothing right now. And we don't know what's going to happen. But if we have another round of COVID and more meat processors get shut down, we're not going to be able to sell calves in January. I guarantee it. They will be worth nothing.
If you show up at the farm store and Erin is selling kale for $40,000.
It's because we can't sell calves. Thank you, Mark, for the additional $49.99 super chat.
Oh my gosh, Mark, thank you.
All 3 tractors can have new filters now.
Well, they need them too, so we'll be doing that coming up.
Thank you very, very much.
But unfortunately, and because of the way that the supply and demand works, it won't get cheaper in the supermarkets because we have the supply, but they won't buy it. Demand goes up because the processors can't process enough. So a pound of hamburger is going to be $15.
Yeah.
It's going to be. It's going to go up.
Is not going to get cheaper because I think almost everybody has seen the meat shortages and stuff, and most of the meat processors are up and running. Roger said it's probably going to correct itself within the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're out of. We were just talking inventory because he makes jerky and stuff for himself too, and we were just talking prices on what he's paying for jerky rounds. He typically pays $3.50 a pound. He's paying $6.50.
Wow, you think our jerky is expensive?
He buys some USDA meat and resells it, so he checks the prices. And he said this is the first time in about 6 weeks that they've even had ground beef for sale.
Wow.
I think everybody's sitting on freezers full of meat, which is great. But until the processors get up and running at full capacity and that supply chain can correct itself, everybody's just going to pay more money in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Because there's just not enough. If a processor even goes down by 10 to 15%, it makes an impact in the supply chain because the United States only carries about 2 weeks worth of beef in cold storage.
Yep.
So.
I know.
Very complicated.
And we know. I've had to learn way too much about this. Honestly, I wish we could really go back to the days like when Gilbert was alive. Like we went out, we had calves, we brought those calves in, we branded them, we put them back out with their moms. We went and farted off for we went and hayed and we kind of screwed off. But nobody cared. Like it was a weird thing. Like it was, and especially in this area where we had coal and methane going, which made a huge difference. But now, I mean, it's your livelihood, and these kind of issues really do weigh heavy on you. I mean, and I don't know how it's affecting farmers. If there's any farmers here, of course, you could always speak up. But I don't know how it's affecting corn, soybeans. Ethanol. If you're selling animal feed, soybean for animal feeds. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be felt all the way down the chain.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we can continue to do is even if we can't get into processors, we can sell live animals, and you can take it home and do whatever you want to with it. But it limits what we can, by not being able to get into our local processor. I'm going to run out of meat in the farm store. Jerky is going to be sporadic. We do have some meat in the freezer that's going to get made into jerky here shortly.
And new labels, by the way.
Yeah, new labels, they're done. I wanted to keep back more steers, but if we can't get processing and we don't have hay.
We may be keeping back all our steers because we can't sell them.
But we don't have anywhere to get them butchered?
Yeah, we're gonna call somebody, yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous.
What would it take to open a butcher business? $1 million and about a buttload of state and county and city permits.
Yeah, yeah. $49 for a chicken, Lori? Holy smokes.
That's insane.
Pasture raised, massage, chicken, drinks only the finest Perrier water.
I do envision,
has a drink every night.
I think our chickens will cost between $4 and $4.50 a pound, and they'll dress out at $3 to £5. It's still ridiculously expensive, but it ain't no $49.
Who was telling me they bought turkeys for like $50 a piece?
Yeah, I mean, a turkey's a little different because they're bigger, but...
Do you want to do turkeys someday?
Not this year.
No, this year, no. Ethanol is used to make hand sanitizer, so it's used to make lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Including hand sanitizer.
My son lives in Australia, so he shoots kangaroos for food. Yeah, they're like our deer and antelope here.
The AeroQuip folks, I actually got to meet Andrew, who you guys have seen on the channel if you've been following along. Andrew is the president of North America. He might be the president of AeroQuip, I'm not sure. But AeroQuip has an office, a branch in Australia where they started, and I got to meet Andrew's dad the other day on a Skype call. He wanted to come in and meet me. Very nice guy, but we were talking about kangaroos, and he's like, yeah, they're like antelope for you guys. They're just a pain in the butt. They're everywhere, and I really want a kangaroo pelt, mostly just because I want that tail.
Yeah.
I want because like, I just think it'd be cool. Gary has one down the road, so you got to be like your neighbors, right? So I want one of those, and he said he's going to hook me up, maybe, if he happens to hit one on the highway. Weird.
Well, but you've got to skin it and tan it and everything. I mean, it's a complicated system.
Yeah.
How many processors are there available to you? Not enough.
Now we have a processor in Cody.
So USDA processing in Wyoming is very limited. There's one in Cody and there's one in Laramie that just opened. We go over to South Dakota for processing.
So South Dakota is 2 hours away, the one there. Cody would be 4.5 hours away. The one in Laramie would be about the same.
Yeah, and then we also have state-inspected meat processors. So I could sell individual cuts of meat like in the farm store, but we couldn't sell our jerky across state lines at a state processor. And then there's custom exempt plants, which are just for, 8 people can go in on a cow and process it at a custom exempt plant. And they're not inspected. Health inspectors are in them once to twice a year, whereas state inspected and USDA, there's an inspector on site for every kill and every animal being processed.
Yep.
So.
If you want to know more about where your food comes from and you're looking for local suppliers, head on over to Facebook, search for All Things Agriculture. It's actually a Facebook group that we set up a couple of years ago, and now it's kind of up and running on its own. I don't have a whole lot to do with it, but they do have a very cool post going on there where you can go in and search and see, where you can buy local food, where you can get local vegetables, that kind of thing. Whether it's beef, pork, chicken, whatever, all that stuff. There's a huge database going on there, and you can sign up for that, become a member, and then you can check it out for yourself. So.
JB, well, thank you. Is this part of a normal boom and bust cycle for cattle prices, or has this been a long-term trend, been lower prices? Yeah, since 2015, we've had horrifically low prices, and it goes back to what's happening in the processing plants and the monopoly that has happened.
Yeah, there's been definitely a monopoly, and there's actually a antitrust suit going on right now that they're trying to get pushed through with the top 4 processors, I think, in the U.S. They're trying to basically they're saying they have a monopoly on the whole situation, especially when one of them is owned in Brazil, another one's owned by China. So there's definitely some hokey stuff going on there. But we've seen prices go up, they go down. We saw a definite when they got rid of cool laws, that definitely affected the prices, I think, anyway. And you can't tell me, and this is the NCBA this is their argument, that cool doesn't affect how people buy beef, but you can't tell me that anybody walking into a grocery store, and if you had beef from Brazil right next to beef from the U.S., and the price difference was 50 cents a pound, I honestly believe that more than half of the people would buy the U.S. beef. Or do you think that they would say 50 cents a pound? Holy crap! I'm buying the stuff from Brazil.
I think that we should have mandatory country of origin labeling should be necessary. But what I think will still continue to happen is that imported meat is still processed in our USDA facilities, and so it still has the USDA shield on it, which I think is misleading to the consumer because that USDA shield is
people think it's made in the USA.
Yeah, I think that.
Actually, the Harvest Host, the people that come here RV, and they probably hate me because I survey like every single one, and I explain to them. I say, so if it has a USDA stamp on it, where does that beef come from? Well, it comes from the US.
Nope.
No, it does not. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. James Faulkner, by the way, mentioned earlier that we may all have to become vegetarians.
No.
If that happens and you are feeling pressured to become a vegetarian and you're feeling peer pressure and you're feeling boxed in, let me know. Come on over. We'll have some bacon together. We'll work our way through it because this is not something you should have to do. And I really don't have anything against vegetarians. You can eat whatever the hell you want. Yeah. But nobody should ever have to be forced into that.
Yeah, it should be a choice.
Right.
There's plenty of beef in this country. It's just getting it processed.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
A mess. All right. Oh yeah, Publix, they buy only Florida beef. I've actually seen that.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool thing that they do that. I wish more grocery stores did that, but there's not that many. I think Publix they have a few grocery stores.
Well, you have to
Florida.
have a processor nearby to be able to support that, so you're not trucking. And feedlots and stuff too. It's a complicated system.
It is. Alrighty, guys, we've had no kale.
And Zach, I'll butcher my own cows before I become a vegetarian. Yeah, I mean we can butcher a cow. It might not be pretty, but we can.
I'll figure it out.
There's a YouTube video about that. So.
We'll find something. Anyway, guys, we've been keeping up on what's going on with the Armchair Rancher over the past few months. He actually made his way here to the ranch. He's been working. He knows way more about ranching than any of us do. And now we get to check in and see what's going on with him as we continue with the Armchair Rancher.
Wrenching from his keyboard, he doesn't even have to move. He's the Armchair Rancher, and he already knows more than you.
Hey gang, it's me, the Armchair Rancher, coming at you live from the ranch where I've been working for the last month or so and just working my tail off. Mike's had me going like crazy and I'm busier than a one-legged man in a bicycle race. So today I got the message that it is extremely windy. There is a high wind warning, which apparently means the cows are very gassy today, and the wind is blowing like crazy out there. So what we have to do is we're gonna take a look at how we work in the wind. The wind is something we have to deal with all the time in Wyoming, and I know it drives Mike crazy, but I am just a little bit more acclimated to the wind than he is. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna show you how we deal with the wind. We've got a few problems that need fixed, so they are my responsibility, and I'm gonna get them taken care of. So join me as we battle the wind today on the Armchair Rancher. So Mike told me there's 4 things that I gotta make sure that I do to be safe in the wind. Number 1 is to make sure that when you're putting up a fence that the wind blew down, that you work with the wind. Number 2 is if you're shoveling manure, that you don't shovel it into the wind. And when Erin has you working at the high tunnel, make sure that you watch out for flying debris. But maybe most importantly, Mike told me if you ever have to pee outside and it's windy, make sure you do it directly into the wind. Oh hell! Ah! I'm done.
So while the wind makes things no fun whatsoever, we do have the Armchair Rancher out here trying to put some things right. We had some fence that I needed him to work on. I needed him to work on cleaning out a couple corrals so that we could get in and start working on those as well. But, you know, I don't know where he's at. So, what is that? Better off.
Wrenching from his keyboard, he doesn't even have to move. He's the armchair rancher, and he already knows more than you.
And when Erin has you working at the high tunnel, make sure you watch out for flying debris. For flying debris. Flying debris. Does that work?
Let's do it one more time.
Is this the end of the armchair rancher?
I'm
guessing so. Who knows? It's to be continued, but yeah, I like the little frowny face. I quit.
I liked Zach Hewitt's comment about the armchair rancher's the size of his hose.
This kid's, yeah. And you're right.
He doesn't get no unemployment benefits. He was here as an intern and he quit.
As an independent contractor.
We have proof that he quit.
Yeah.
He's not dehydrated. He drinks lots of water.
Did you have fun throwing the box?
The funny thing is, all those outtakes. I got it the first try, right at your face.
Oh yeah, you hit me just square on.
I went back in the high tunnel and you went to leave and you're like, oh, we weren't recording.
Yeah, that happens. Anyway, yeah, we'll see where this ends up going. The armchair rancher is not gone. He is not forgotten, but he is definitely no longer on the ranch. Speaking of which, let's take a look and see what this storm's doing as we take a gander outside.
It takes a second.
I know, you have to wait a second. The storm, actually now, if you look at the storm, it does look like it's spreading out over the horizon and possibly could be moving this way. Do you have your radar handy?
Yeah, I checked it during Armchair Rancher and it was going to go right past us.
All right.
Thank you, Steve, for the super chat. I want the resignation letter signed.
Actually, you know, that would be
there.
we could actually give this away at Ranch Roundup.
We'll silent auction it.
Yeah, there you go. What's the storm doing? This is stupid. You got to show this. This is ridiculous. So we are the blue dot. So let's see if we can make this happen.
You're not going to be able to see.
Yeah, they will. Trust me.
My arm's not long enough.
Okay. So we are the.
Oh,
damn
nope.
it! Hold on. I'm working out. Okay, we are the blue dot. Look, just watch the blue dot. See where the storm goes. Oh, look at that.
Get just a tiny, tiny bit.
Why do we live like in some sort of weird Bermuda Triangle vortex thing that's happening around us this year?
Repel the rain.
I think
literally until Gilbert died, we had no problems with hay. It's Gilbert's fault.
I don't know. I think I need to pray more or something. JB Weld, thank you very much. Don't kill him off like Hollywood. Yeah. We ain't going to kill him off. Might send him home, though. Alrighty. Moving right along here. Let's answer a few more questions. Grew up on Hee Haw. Love the Armchair Rancher. Would it be wise to rent a tanker truck with spray booms and pumps from your reservoir? Might help on some hay ground. I mean, there are irrigation options. The problem is that if you sit down and do the math, and this is something that when I did it blew my mind. If you're talking about a 50-acre area and you want to put an inch of rain on that area for 1 week, an inch of rain in 1 week.
Which is optimal for grass growth.
Great, if you get it at the right time. That's over 1 million gallons of water. Mm-hmm. I don't know, maybe somebody can answer this for me, but I don't know how many gallons of water like a tanker truck would hold.
Not 1 million
but
gallons.
not 1 million gallons.
I mean, and if you see irrigation in other places, other parts of the country, there is irrigation. It's not done by tanker truck. It's done by pivots. It's done by flood irrigation. I mean, there's other ways to irrigate besides tanker trucks. You would also continuously drive around your fields. You'd put ruts in your field.
I would put up with some ruts if we had grass.
But you would drastically reduce the amount of hay that you're by those continuous ruts, and you would also make your hay fields really rough to hay.
No, that's true. But something's better than nothing.
Yes.
I mean, I would take if it came down to it, like the only way to get water in was to, have dinosaurs come in and pee on it. I'd be fine with that. Let's call the Jurassic Park people and get them in here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Barbara, for the $10 super chat. Thanks for the great laugh from Armchair Rancher. He was up to no good today. Yeah, it's just the volume. And so basically that inch of rain, we hay 500 acres, and you need an inch of rain for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yep.
Every week. So you're looking at several million gallons.
Honestly, if we could just go, we're going to talk about 2020, Ranch Roundup 2020, Ethan. Hey, Ethan, how are you, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming out. If you could pick up the ranch and just move it, honestly. Like, if we could really, get a big enough, Chinook helicopter and just pick it up and move it somewhere, that would be ideal. The problem is we'd have to drop it on somebody else's ranch, and then that causes problems. But Hawaii, they're making more land in Hawaii because of the volcanoes, so we just go over there on some volcanic land. Ranch Roundup 2020, let's talk about that really quick. What's the game plan?
Yeah,
What's the story? What's happening?
We can have outdoor events up to 250 people in Wyoming. Thank you, Governor Gordon.
Thanks, Mark.
So we can have Ranch Roundup. So I would say...
He didn't do it just for Ranch Roundup.
No. JB, well, cloud seeding, it's a thing. They used to do it. I don't know if they do anymore. I was thinking about cloud seeding today, and I was like, I'm going to Google that if they're still cloud seeding. It used to make an impact because we are on the eastern side of the mountain. Remember they used to cloud seed?
I do remember that.
I don't know if they do that anymore. Somebody in Buffalo, could you go cloud seed for us?
Put your drone up. Drop whatever you need to.
Drop some water.
145 truckloads of water per week. There you go. For 50 acres.
For 50 acres.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
Those trucks would be going constantly all day long.
And the fuel. No, you couldn't do it. So anyhow, we can have Ranch Roundup. We need to just confirm some things, rearrange some things, and tickets. When are you gonna put tickets on sale?
I don't know. Whenever you tell me to.
Well, we need to rearrange some things.
Right. See, so we have a little bit of background work to do. Ranch Roundup tickets will go on sale within the next couple weeks, is my plan.
Do you guys feel comfortable traveling? I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, we hope you guys still want to attend. We have to check at the public health ordinance. I do think we have to do some.
Do we have to do stuff?
Some screening? Yeah, I don't know
I'm not taking people's temperatures when they come in.
I don't know if we have to do
That's
that.
horse crap. Unless we can do it rectally. That might be a little fun.
It's September the 5th, Labor Day weekend.
Yep, 4th, 5th, and 6th. The Ranch Roundup always starts out with a live stream that's done in front of a live studio audience. We do that at the Towers West Lodge on the 4th, and that should be a lot of fun. The 5th is actually the event on the ranch where people are invited to come out. We have some of our sponsors, vendors, food trucks, all kinds of fun stuff going on out here. Silent auction from EPP, speeches, well, it sounds good. We'll be speechifying. Erin will be out at Gardens talking about what things are going on out there. We have Bambi, we have Blonde Cow, we have calves, we do bottle feeding, we have some fun we have horseshoes, what else do we have? Cornhole last year, all kinds of fun stuff that I really want to do. You know what I want to do? And I don't know, have I talked to you about this?
Oh God, I hate when you do this.
I know, but I'm going to talk to you about it. I want to do an Old West paintball shooting range. So have paintballs, right? Paintball guns, but quick draw paintball. Not against each other, because that would be an insurance nightmare. But we could have the Hogan's Alley type of thing, where you have a target pop up. We'll have Steve Cameron down there holding up targets.
The kids will have a lemonade stand.
Kids will have a lemonade stand. Chip toss.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
We'll have to have hand sanitizer on the premise.
Well, if we're taking anal temperatures, we are going to have hand sanitizer.
Anal temperatures.
What?
I don't know what we have to do for the screening, but I did see that there's some health.
We could bring people through the chute, just like prig checking when they come in.
And please, if you're sick, even if you've gotten Ranch Roundup tickets, please stay home. We like you.
Nobody has Ranch Roundup tickets yet.
I'm just saying, for in the future.
Okay.
If you have COVID, stay home.
Yeah, I don't think COVID's a thing anymore. That went away. We're now on to something else.
Run everyone.
We've moved past COVID. COVID went away. We're on to rioting and pillaging now. So, but I mean, we've moved on. But no, it should be a lot of fun. We will have those long gloves on. It's happening the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Oh, and I didn't tell you this. So the 5th is the main event, right? Ding, ding, ding. You know, let's get ready to rumble. That'll be the main event. On the 6th, we are going to sell VIP tickets, and that includes, actually anybody can come out on the 6th because we have the farm store open.
Yeah,
but if you have VIP tickets, and we're not sure how many of those are going to be sold, you will be able to go down in the pasture. We're going to have a picnic in the pasture. We're going to have a hay ride. You're going to be able to check out some things that nobody else is going to get to see because it's a giant pain in the butt for 250 people. But we can sell 50 VIP tickets, and it actually makes it a little bit easier. So,
Let's check
JB
the
Weld's in
radar.
the looting phase. So. Is the storm here yet?
No.
No, it's still coming. Should we just keep the live stream going until the storm gets here?
It's not going to get here.
It's not.
It's going to go to the right.
Yeah, it's going to go around us. But it does look cool. I like that visual. That's kind of a,
Yeah.
you know, I wonder if I can zoom in on it. I'm going to
I thought the zoom. I thought you can zoom.
I don't know. We're going to try it. Let's see.
How
Stand by,
fast do you
people.
think the wind's going to blow through this?
12. I have no idea. See if I can zoom. Oh, look at that. I can zoom.
Tammy.
Are people texting you during this thing?
Yeah.
Look at that. I can zoom. I can move the camera around too, a little bit. It's very slow and choppy.
Did Mike just say 500 VIP tickets? No, 50.
50. 500? No.
Oh, there was a bug on our camera.
We're totally unprofessional at this point. The whole thing is falling apart, people. Next thing you know, we'll be looting or something.
The full moon on the pasture cam was killer the other night. Yeah, it was really pretty. The full moon was the other
Was it on the pasture cam?
Well, that's what Melissa said, so I'm gonna take her
Awesome.
word
We do have plans, actually, as long as we're doing the vlog, and I can tell you guys about this. We are going to be putting a new camera. Reolink, who actually manufactures the camera that we have, sent us another camera for free this time, which was nice because I paid for the last one. But we're going to get that set up in the barn, and it'll be a piggy cam.
Yeah, you have to pay for all the wire to get the internet there.
Well, I do. I have to run internet
and
out
a
there.
trencher.
Well, you can dig a hole. You can trench, right? We have a trenching shovel. They make these things.
I know, I used it when I did asparagus.
But yeah, so we are going to actually have, before too long, we are going to have a camera in on the pigs and an additional camera.
JB, well, thank you for the super chat. Could you dryland farm with your climate if things continued with bad cattle prices? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, really? I mean, yeah, you can reduce your herd size down.
Our neighbors are growing oats or something up the road. I mean, and then you get to play the subsidy game.
We could do that.
We don't
The
have
bad part is,
equipment.
like-
we don't have the equipment, so we'd have to rearrange some tractors, and we need to drill and a few other.
And it would reduce the size of the herd because
Farming.
obviously we're cutting into land that the herd needs.
Yeah.
So
It's a tricky. You kind of either have to go like one way or the other, right? So do we want to be ranchers and run cows and we put up hay, or do you want to do farming because we can't afford to do both right
all
now?
ranchers are farmers.
Yeah, we're
not
grass
all
farmers.
farmers are ranchers.
Yeah, but if we went into a crop, like I mean,
Trinity asked, what is dry land farming? Explain that.
It's basically farming with no irrigation. So there are certain crops that you can get, like wheat is grown on pretty dry conditions, some peas, certain grains like oats and stuff. Gilbert used to do hay barley, but we cut it for hay.
Technically, we dry land farm because we grow hay. Yeah.
But there are certain crops that you could grow, certain commodities, or
The problem is, where do you sell them around here? You have to buy a combine of some sort, or you have to get custom cutters, which is impossible in this area. Gilbert's nephew, he grew peas and wheat, but he always had custom cutters come through and cut it. And I don't think he did it to make any money. I think it was just subsidy money.
Subsidy.
So there's definitely, it's not really this area. That's the thing.
Yeah, even hemp, William, because when we were down in Colorado, I talked to some of the extension agents about hemp. Where hemp is going to be really successful in Colorado and Wyoming is where there's irrigation. Dryland hemp farming is not going to be great. And then we just don't, I think for hemp you need to have some control over your moisture. And if we had better topsoil, so maybe hemp farming could happen if you spent 3 to 4 years in a cover crop and built up your soil, your topsoil, and then you could put hemp in. I don't think that we could just go put hemp in. And then there's also specialized equipment for hemp too.
Very true.
It's just there's no good answer.
There is not. So we were talking earlier about with the wind and all this kind of stuff that kind of screwed up our plans for filming this weekend. So we would have a video for tomorrow morning. I'm going to ask you guys your opinion on something, and I would like you to give me that opinion because that will basically decide if Erin is right or I am right. So you are going to settle an argument for us.
It's not an argument. It was a discussion.
Is there a difference anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Can you please put your truck in the? Can you put an explanation of the truck in this
maybe we'll
week's
do
vlog?
it tomorrow if we work through this whole problem here. All right. So here's the plan. I don't have crap film for tomorrow. So there is not a vlog for tomorrow morning. Erin's always right. Rusty, damn you, I thought you were my
And
friend.
Alex and Colton.
I thought I had friends. You know, if you weren't here, though, they would totally be on my side.
They wouldn't.
Anyway, so the plan is, that since I don't have anything filmed for tomorrow, and we do not have a vlog for tomorrow, Zach, stop. Anyway, we are going to do a live stream tomorrow morning for our vlog for tomorrow. Holy crap, guys, come on.
I was laughing at Jean's comment. Hemp's not weed. It's a difference.
We are going to do a live stream tomorrow morning. It'll be part of our vlog series, but it's going to be a live stream. The problem is we need to think about when to start that live stream. Now, the vlogs come out at 7 a.m. That's the time that I've scheduled them for. My thought was to do the vlog at 9 a.m. because that's what I thought. Erin's thought was to do them at 7 a.m., do the vlog at 7 a.m., start it at 7, because that's what we do. So this is totally up to you guys. It's up to you when you want us to start that live stream.
It's really up to you, Mike. I don't care. I'm not going to be up at 7 and at 9.
You're going to be up at 7.
You're
You're not going to be out filming. But so my thought was that, like, you know, if I started at 9, obviously people are going to be at work. I would hope, maybe. I don't know.
Rusty, 8 a.m. is not an option. 7 or 9.
You gotta be difficult. So noon, holy crap.
7.
And Zach's saying 8. My gosh. See, this is the problem when you ask the internet
I told you
anything.
not to ask them.
She did. She was like, don't give them a choice.
7 Mountain is too early. Now we got a bunch of answers. See, I told you because it was like, you're not going to get any definitive answer.
No. So anyway, I'm off tomorrow, Judy. Thank you very much. So anytime is easy for you.
A lot of people say 9.
So we're going to go at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I'm going to post something on Facebook tonight. I'm also going to, I said 9 o'clock, Steve. And we're going to post something on Facebook tonight. I'm going to schedule it on the Wyoming Life channel for tomorrow, 8:15 Trinity. Really, come on. We are going to go live at 9 tomorrow. You're going to get a chance to hang out with me a little bit. We're going to talk about what we have coming up. We're going to take a look at a few projects around the ranch, and it won't be like an all-day live stream or anything like that.
No, because you have to film for Tuesday.
Because I have to film for Tuesday, because now we decided to do this this daily vlog thing, which is interesting, to say the least. But anyway.
You decided to do it.
No pressure.
The whole channel pressured you, but
no pressure at all.
I'm going to check the radar.
Oh, you're going to check it? Oh, wait a minute. We have some things happening. Is it raining outside?
No, that's just, it's loading.
Oh, no, it almost looks like rain. That's like pixelation. But anyway, yeah, so that's the plan tomorrow, 9 o'clock. We will start a live stream on the Wyoming Life channel. I'll schedule it tonight, so it'll be there. And
you might get just a little tiny bit.
I will take a look at the new truck. We might even go down to Gary's and look at the other new truck.
There's no internet down there.
You are like a giant
I'm just
buzzkill.
saying you're going to go down in the hole.
I know, right? Maybe we could Google Earth it. I don't know.
You can't even get a text message down at Gary's house. So
Redneck Dave said his wife is having a baby tonight, so I'll be up at both times. Redneck Dave,
just hang out with your wife.
go hang out with your wife, man.
Don't be like, I gotta watch this live stream.
I gotta watch these two idiots babble on about nothing.
I'm not gonna participate. You're gonna babble on by yourself.
You're not gonna participate at all?
Probably not.
Really?
Have you noticed what time our children get up lately? They're kind of real cramp in my work situation. That and the wind.
Kenzie did ask me to wake her up early tomorrow.
Grace got up at 10:30 this morning.
Really? I wasn't here, so yeah. Wow.
Where were you at?
Doing something. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was upstairs.
Yeah, I think
I don't know what I was doing. But anyway. All right, 9 o'clock tomorrow. We will take a look at what's going on around the ranch, a live stream.
Debbie Downer. There's no cell phone service at Gary's. It is a black hole of no reception down there.
It is. I kind of think it might be a conspiracy on Gary's part, though, because he probably has like knowing Gary, he might have like a cell phone blocker down there.
He's a smart man.
So he's like, nobody can reach me when I'm at the shop. It's like my magical little oasis.
He's a smart man.
Could be. All righty, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. I know, well, we never know where these things go, but thank you for hanging out with us. We do have, we're going to keep an eye on the camera. You can go to our website, ourwyominglife.com, and keep tracking this black storm. There it is. Keep watching the storm as it moves in. I should probably zoom out. Now we're all zoomed in. Let's see if I can zoom out on it. Whoop. Crop. There we go. Watching the storm move in. We will keep an eye on what's happening, and I will be back tomorrow morning. We'll take you around the ranch. We'll take a look at some of the storm damage and see what we have to do on that. We'll take a look at the project list and see what's happening, and we'll see how long we hang out together, and who knows? Might be the whole day.
You got other stuff to do.
I do have other stuff to do, but we will hang out. Thank you very much to our moderators once again for keeping us all in line. Matt Fensel, I'm going to try to remember all their names. Lori Habel, Zach Hewitt, William Dunn, Bill the Tractor Man here tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and keeping us all in line. And of course, thank you to all of you. So until tomorrow, I guess we will say, may the road rise up to meet your, may the rose right up to you. What is that saying? May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. And may your estate have already cleared probate by the time the IRS finds out that you're dead. Have a great night. We will see you again tomorrow morning. Thank you once again for joining us. Be sure to subscribe, follow along, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and all those good things. And until we see you again, have a great week. And thanks for joining us on Beyond the Ranch.
Pray for rain.
Pray for rain. Thanks, guys.